everybody. Welcome to our Restorative Pilates class today. We're going to try to open up some of the areas that tend to store stress and tension, and then get the energy flowing and the prana moving through our beings. So join us. This is Brenda. I'm Clytie. Welcome. So we're going to come back into a rest pose. Stretch your hips towards your heels. If you have any knee issues, you're welcome to take either another yoga mat or maybe a cushion or a pillow and place it behind your knees. And that will give you some knee support. You can also turn the knees out. And take 4 deep breaths here. Inhale nose, exhale throat and mouth. Inhale nose, exhale throat and mouth. Allow the hips and the sacrum to sink back to your heels with each breath. And then from here we'll take 4 spine ripples. On the inhale, you lift just your navel area, round into your mid-back. Exhale, ripple arch and reach your breastbone towards your fingertips. Inhale, lift the navel. Exhale, ripple arch, lengthen. 2 more of these, like a little wave of traction along your spine. And on the next breath, round up. Bring the hands under the shoulders, the knees under the hips. Lengthen both ends of your spine way under. Lift your navel high. Inhale, release from the sacrum and walk all the way along your spine into extension. Keep the neck long. Exhale, round. Inhale, peel through. 2 more, let the breath move you. Nourishing the body, articulating the spine. Hold the last one. Lift your heart, roll your shoulder blades down, tuck your toes, and come into a half up stretch. So here we lengthen the spine, but we keep the knees bent. 2 breaths, reaching the sit bones high and wide, creating space in the body with each breath. And on the next exhale, lift higher with your sit bones and slowly open up the legs fully as possible. See if you can sink your heels down into the mat. Full up stretch in Pilates or downward dog in yoga. If you need to rest anytime, come back down to rest pose. Beautiful. Shoulder blades down away from the ears, even though we're upside down, so the lats are engaged. Sit bones lifting higher with each breath. And then inhale, rise up onto the balls of the feet. Bend the knees. Exhale, lift the sit bones to the sky. Stretch the heels to the earth. Inhale, rise. Bend the knees. Exhale, press through. 2 more. Just working like molasses through the back body. Hold the last one. And then soften the knees down. We're going to keep our toes tucked under and gently push back into the arches of the feet. Relax the head, 4 breaths here. So we're stretching the long arch in the foot as well as this whole pathway, ankle to knee to hip. Breathe into that. You can use as much or as little arm pressure as you wish. Inhale, nose. Exhale, throat and mouth. And then release the toes. Let your hips melt back to your heels. stretch the arms long. Take 2 spine ripples. Inhale, lift the navel again. Exhale, ripple arch, lengthen. That little wave of traction along your spine. And now stretch the arms as long as possible. Lift your elbows. Imprint your hands. Take a breath, and as you exhale, round up as if you were coming into regular cat. Notice that your hands are somewhere in front of your shoulders. Take a second breath. Curl the tailbone under. Roll the hips and pelvis through and forward slowly. So you keep curling your tailbone and you roll the hips through and arrive in a long hanging extension. Lift the heart. Press the mat away from you. Breathe and allow your spine to hang. Notice if your glutes are doing a lot of work. Try to release them and pull up more internally with each breath. Perineum, rectum, navel. 2 more breaths, allowing the spine and the discs to breathe. And then big breath in, exhale, round back, reverse the curve, curl the tailbone under. And just relax your arms, your elbows for a moment completely. Surrender the weight of the body. Breathe into your back. Stretch the arms long again. And this time we're going to try a moving cobra. So this is a little stronger, more for your upper body. So maybe watch the first one and then join in. Inhale, you come through low like a snake, the elbows go wide. As you lower your body onto the mat, bring the elbows in. Press up through the backs of the arms into a long extension. The hips and the pubic bone have to be on the mat. And then continue pressing up and round back. So try one of these and I'll give you modifications if necessary. Inhale through, the elbows go wide. As your hips touch the mat, bring the arms in. Press up through your extension and round. Curl the tailbone under to reverse. So keep that flowing. You can do maybe 8 of these for yourself. If for some reason this feels too challenging, you could do this modification. Elbows wide and just come up to a gentle extension here. Or a little higher with the forearms on the edge of your mat. Or if you want to build the tricep strength, arm strength, bring the hands under your armpits. And then you're almost right there with the full one. Beautiful. Let's take one more together. And again, rest for a moment. We'll take the arms around this time and just drop the elbows completely. Allow your body to absorb that movement. Drop the elbows, drop the shoulders. Breathe into your rib cage. Fill your lungs, empty your lungs with each breath. And then circle the arms around. Come up into cat. And we'll just release out of that for a moment and make a little extra padding for our knees, right? So you can just double up your mat here and it makes a good knee pad. Bring your blocks in because we will need them. If you don't have yoga blocks at home, you could use just cushions. Grab those from your couch. Anything that gives you a little extra support. All right, so we're on the knee padding. We're gonna take the left leg through, set it up in a nice strong right angle, and use your pillows or blocks level with your front foot. Inhale, shift the hips and pelvis back. Exhale, take a deep pelvic tilt. So you curl your tailbone under to help you square your hips up. So I'm exaggerating, but if one hip is up like this, you have to really work to lengthen that hip down. And then 4 breaths. Every exhale, increasing the tailbone tilt as you glide forward. Inhale, nose. Exhale, throat and mouth as you deepen the tailbone tilt under. 2 more breaths. Keep checking that your front leg stays in good alignment. We don't want to stress out the ligaments. Looks good. The back foot can be relaxed. Every breath working to square the hips up. Beautiful. Let's take a little shift back. So inhale, come back an inch or 2. Exhale, re-lengthen the tailbone under. Beautiful. And glide through and forward again slowly. Very nice. So the pelvic tilt connection is really what's keeping our hips in good alignment. All right, let's check out our balance here. Big breath in, exhale, inner lift, and then just see if you can float the hands off the blocks or the cushions. Touch down. And again, big breath in, exhale, inner lift, hover, and let's just float it all the way up this time. Rest on the thigh. Take a moment to lift your belly up. Lift your torso a little higher, and then any balance you feel like working. Could be here, could be reaching, could be lifting the focus, and really stretch up out of the pelvis. So take about 5 slow, deep breaths here, really honing your own balance. Every breath, pull up internally. Perineum, rectum, navel, your pelvic tilt connection, holding you strong, keeping your hips aligned. Breathe. Inhale, nose, shoulder blades down. Exhale, draw up internally. Last breath, reaching. And release. Beautiful. Come all the way down, walk your front foot forward, slide your cushions or blocks out, and now let go of all that abdominal work. Allow the hips and pelvis to melt heavy towards the mat. So we're sliding the stretch out of the psoas muscle into the groin. Let it just be, let it move wherever it moves in your body. No abdominal connection here needed. And notice the difference. Right? Now we're not trying to align the hips. We're just letting gravity and the weight of the bones take us into this groin stretch. And then we're going to bring the strength back into our left thigh. Press down into the right hand and take a nice deep twist. Looking up or down, whatever serves your neck best. Big, full, deep breaths into this twist. Inhale, nose. Exhale, throat and mouth. Five slow, deep breaths here. And gently release. So we'll step the left leg back onto the cushioning, round into a cat stretch, and then shift your hips side to side. Stay rounded, and just take this little shift just to stretch out that side glutes. And come up to regular cat. Lengthen both ends of the spine under. Shake out the tushy. Maximum lift internally. And bring the right leg through. Bring your blocks or the cushions in. So we'll do it a little smoother through the second side. All the same instructions apply. Inhale, shift back. Exhale, lengthen the tailbone under. Take a moment, square the hips up. And then glide through and forward slowly. Breath by breath. Every exhale, increase the tailbone tilt under. Really feeling what that's doing for you. So as you breathe, as you exhale, you're lengthening the tailbone and squaring the hips up. Beautiful. Feel that adjustment? Yes. All right, let's take a little shift back. Inhale, ease the hips back an inch or so. Exhale, re-lengthen the tailbone under. Square the hips up. Glide it forward again, a couple of breaths. Be sure that your front leg is a right angle. And now we'll take a breath and check out our balance. So big breath in. Exhale, lift internally, hover. Inhale, touch down. So ideally the pelvis and the hips stay really steady. Pull up internally, root down into the foot, beautiful. Come all the way up, rest on your thigh. Lift the lower belly, lift your torso, and then any balance you feel like working. Here, here, maybe even lifting the focus. We'll take 5 slow, deep breaths here. Remember, your main objective here is to stay deeply connected internally. To keep the hips square to the front, to keep the tailbone lengthening down towards the earth. Shoulder blades draining down the back as you reach. 2 more breaths. And gently release. Come all the way down. You can release the blocks or the cushions. Walk your front foot forward a little bit more. And now allow the whole hip and pelvis to relax. Let it just melt heavy towards the mat. 5 breaths here as we slide from the psoas muscle into the groin muscles. Taking the time that we need to feel our body, to be in our body, to open up our body and allow for more space. God knows we have time right now. And then bring the strength into your right thigh. It will just square your hips up again. Press down into your left hand and take a nice deep twist this side. Reaching up, rolling the shoulder blades down, breathing. Inhale, nose. Exhale, throat and mouth. Last breath, reaching high. And gently release. Take the right leg back. Round out the spine. Shake out the tushy and then slide your hips from side to side, just stretching out those smaller gluteal muscles. Great. Come back to center. We can get rid of the cushioning now and just come back to a really wide leg rest pose. Again here, totally relax. Let the hips melt back, let the elbows drop. Big, full, deep breaths as you give your body time to just absorb those deep lunges. The psoas muscle stores a lot of tension, a lot of toxins, emotional and otherwise. So please keep flushing the toxins through. Drink lots of water after your practice. And then stretch the arms long. Take 2 of those spine ripples again. Inhale, lift the belly. Exhale, ripple arch, lengthen. And again. And then come up to your regular cat. Bring the knees under the hips. Inhale, extend through. Let's do 3 of these. Exhale, round. Inhale through. Hold the last extension. Drop the shoulder blades way down from the ears. Lift your heart. Tuck your toes. Slowly lift from the sit bones into full up stretch. 2 breaths here. Lift high and wide with the sit bones. Inhale, rise. Bend the knees a little. Exhale, press through in one fluid motion. Inhale, rise. Bend the knees. Exhale, press through. And now walk your hands to your feet. Spread the toes, catch your elbows, bend your knees, and just hang. Allow the nape of the neck to relax. Big, full, deep breaths. Hanging from your hips. Drop the arms. Say yes with your head. Let it hang. Say no with your head. Let it hang. Take a big clearing breath here. Releasing on your exhale. Inhale fully. And then root down into your feet. Lift internally. Slowly roll up. Leave the head heavy. So it's really the last part of your spine that unpeels. Keep the knees soft. So you're taking weight off your lumbar spine. Once you're all the way up, bend your knees. Shake out the hips and pelvis. Just shake it out fast. Shake, shake, shake. Beautiful. Pause. Come back to center. Feel your plumb line energy and alignment. Big breath in. Exhale. Zip up internally as you glide upright. Big breath in. Lift the navel. Dive down. Hang for a moment. And either walk it out into a full plank pose where we're trying to establish neutral spine, or you could come onto your knees and modify. 5 slow deep breaths here. Whichever one you choose, you're still honoring neutral spine. So don't let the pelvis hang or the hips. Stay very beautiful, very neutral through the spine. Breathe. Every breath, pull the shoulder blades down. Connect the abdomen in towards the spine without over tucking. You were good before? Yeah. Beautiful. Last 2 breaths. And then lift the sit bones up to the sky. Adjust if you need to. Walk into full up stretch. And then walk in, soften the knees, hang for a moment. And on your next breath, exhale, roll up. Unpeeling vertebra by vertebra to standing. We'll do one more. This time we'll add tricep arm push-ups. Okay? You can also do the modifications still. Big breath in. Exhale, lift the navel, dive down. Hang for a moment and walk it out to your chosen position. Okay, so you're staying neutral or you try the little push-ups. Inhale, exhale. The elbows should come right in, almost to touch your ribs. Inhale, exhale. Shoulder blades and shoulder girdle down. Hold the last one. Breathe. Energize from the crown to the heels or the knees if you're modified. And then lift the sit bones to the sky. Walk into your full up stretch. This time we'll just walk it out. Inhale, rise. Exhale, left foot lengthens. Inhale, rise. Exhale, right heel lengthens. Just do that 5 times, walking through the feet. As we're doing this, we try to keep the sit bones square, reaching to the sky. And last time, rise up onto both balls of the feet, bend the knees, press through in one fluid motion. And then walk it in. Bend the knees, hang completely, and exhale, roll up. All right, so we're going to grab a yoga block, and we'll turn and face the front here. And if you don't have a yoga block, again, you can use a cushion or a pillow, or maybe even a telephone book, a couple of telephone books, but just have something between your feet so that it helps you align your hips and helps you ground into your feet and pull up with your inner thighs. So big breath in, just the right arm, and then reach up and over. Release the head and neck. 5 slow deep breaths here, opening up the lower right side. Inhale, nose. Exhale, throat and mouth. Maintain your core strength, your inner lift. Relax the jaw. Relax the face. And big breath in at the end. Exhale, lift, use your arm and your abdomen. Release. Roll out the shoulders both ways 4 times. And 1 shrug. Big breath in. Exhale, reach, root down into both feet, zip up internally, reach up and over, release the head and neck. 5 breaths here. Relax the jaw, relax the face. Let the breath take you deeper. Last breath, reaching. Big breath in, lift internally, reach with the arm, and release, roll it out again 4 times, both ways. And 1 shrug. Great. So we're going to spread the arms. Take a big breath and then big hug with the right arm on top. 1 more. And now see if you can roll your shoulders down, away from your ears, so we create space between the earlobe and the shoulder joint. Lift the elbows so they're in front of your breastbone. Wrap the shoulder blades down the back, and then bend the underneath arm to a right angle. So we should be able to get the elbow hooked, hopefully. Okay, that's the first part. So we take 4 breaths here, and we're striving to keep the shoulders level. Okay, that might be really challenging, but that's what we're working towards. And then on the next breath, bend the other arm to a right angle, and the hand should be close enough that you can hook that little finger edge to the hand. So it looks like this. 4 more breaths here. Now we put a deeper challenge on the shoulder joint. Keep wrapping the shoulder blades down with each exhale. Now on the next breath, draw the elbows forward to the mirror. Stay there. Draw the wrists forward. So now everything's being drawn forward from your chest. And now we'll take 3 more breaths, floating the fingers to the sky, even if it's a millimeter. Big breath in. Exhale, float it up 1. Big breath in, breathe into whatever you feel, whatever you discover, and exhale, float it up again. Pause, last breath. Stay up there at the top of your shoulder stretch. Take 3 giant lion's breaths here. Stretch the tongue out, release tension and toxins. And slowly unravel. Beautiful. Roll out the shoulders. Get the blood flowing, get the joints mobilized. And just reach, circle it a few times around. Shoulders store a lot of emotional tension and toxins. So really good to release them. Big breath in, open wide again. Spread your arms, open your shoulder blades, spread your fingers. So make sure you switch sides. Left arm on top, or switch, I think we did the other one. So, big breath. And hold this last one. See if you can get more upper back in your hug. Lift the elbows in front of your sternum, soften your knees. Roll the shoulders down away from your ears. Beautiful, try to lift those elbows right in front of the breastbone, and then bend the underneath arm to your first right angle. Strong flat wrist, 4 breaths here. Inhale nose, exhale throat and mouth. Beautiful. Strong flat wrist, following the line of your forearm. And then bend the other arm to a right angle. They should be close enough that you can just hook the edges of the hands together. And 4 breaths here. Keep wrapping both shoulder blades down away from your ears, creating space around the shoulder joint with each breath. Knees soft, so we take the weight off the low back. Tailbone long to the earth. And on the next breath, draw the elbows a little bit forward. Keep them there. Draw the wrists forward so they're now over the elbows again. And it should feel like everything's being pulled forward away from your chest. 3 breaths, floating the fingertips up to the sky on your exhale. 1. And exhale a little higher, 2, even if it's a millimeter. And 3. Beautiful. Stay there in that deeper stretch and take 3 giant cleansing lion's breaths. And slowly unravel the arms. Roll everything out. Get all the joints mobilized again, and when you're ready, circle the arms, 4 big sweeping circles, and maybe let it swing through. Just let gravity take over. Catch the last one, reach, spread your palms, and open wide. All right, we're gonna finish off with pelvic press on the mat. So we'll bring one block with you. Lay your body down, bend your knees, line your heels up to your sit bones, and put the block between the thighs. Arms beside you. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, deep pelvic tilt. Sink your navel into the back of your waist. Pull up internally, perineum, rectum, pelvic floor. And then root down into your feet as we slowly peel the spine up, bone by bone. Pause when you get to a place where you still feel some degree of tailbone tilt. Take a big breath in there. Exhale, draw the abdomen inwards towards your spine as you unpeel vertebra by vertebra, right back to neutral spine where you started. So 2 more of these. Big breath in. Exhale, deep pelvic tilt. Rolling up sequentially. Keep the throat open, the neck long. Big breath in. Exhale, deepen the tailbone tilt as you come down vertebra by vertebra, lengthening back to neutral. 1 more of those. Big breath in. Exhale, deep pelvic tilt. Peeling up as if the tailbone was lengthening you up towards the sky, vertebra by vertebra. Rooting down into the feet, tweezing your block or your pillow or your cushion. Big breath in at the top. Exhale, come down vertebra by vertebra. Lengthen the back of your neck a little bit more. Melting down into the mat until you come right back to neutral. So we're really strengthening this midline connection. The feet need to be a little closer here. So just lined up to your sit bones. And that way we're inviting the body into ideal alignment. Let's do 1 more. Big breath in, lengthen the neck. Exhale, deep pelvic tilt. Inner thighs working strong. Peeling up bone by bone. Beautiful. See if you can go a little higher and still feel tilt. Breathe in at the top of your movement, inner thighs. Exhale, come down, ribs. Navel to spine, waist, lower spine, sacrum, and release to neutral. Great. Shake it out at the bottom.
Good.
All right, so take the block or the cushion out. Take a big wide hug. Let the sacrum sink heavy into your mat. And just close out this restorative practice today with 5 slow, deep breaths, absorbing this opening and releasing work. So I hope this serves you during these times of change. Thank you, Malibu Fitness. Thank you, Lonnie and Michael, for making this possible. Namaste.